son showed up. Nobody liked this nigga, I guess. And Renee crying like he ain't just beat her ass 5 minutes ago.
What did I do?
Renee then goes to see Antonio's mother. When after seeing Renee's scars, she said she always feared this would happen to her. Turns out Tony's father was also a cheater and a beater, and Antonio got bad habits from his daddy. She begs for Renee to leave Antonio, but Renee says she can't leave him because he threatened her. But he was just at his funeral. He dead now. What are you gonna do? Slap you from the grave? Like, that's just ridiculous. Tony's mom then recommends her to at least leave the house while he's still there. And then she proceeds to think about her son's teacher that she spoke to for like 30 seconds. I didn't know you guys had that kind of relationship already. Anyways, we go to the next scene at night to the singer girl appearing to be catcalled by some random homeless dude. Only for him to be Antonio? I thought this man was dead. What the hell he doing back? First time I saw this scene, I thought it was a flashback or something. But nah, he's alive. He's alive. So what was that funeral about? Some Mr. Robot dream sequence or some shit? How is he not dead? I mean, from what I found out later on in the movie, he ain't from Wizards of Waverly Place. So how he came back to life? And the movie never explains this. He's just alive again and homeless now. My personal theory is that he has the same power as Kenny from South Park, but that's just me. Anyways, he confronts the girl about her not answering his calls, but she ain't having it with his drug problems because he's a junkie now, I guess. He gets mad and is about to smack her, but then she pulls a blicky on him.
Nico.
He slowly backs away from her and then notices someone he knows in the alley.
I know you.
What do you want, man?
It's his dealer, and he begging for more compound beats, but he got no money. So he offers to do whatever she wants. They walk away together, and we transition to a montage of Renee becoming a stronger woman who don't need no man. We then cut to her packing her bags to move out, and while packing, Renee's friend frantically comes in the room.
Renee, Coco, we need to go get Antonio now. Get him for what? Like I said, we need to go get Antonio.
And she does one of those things where she don't explain why she has to do it. She just says, there's no time. Like, nah, you gotta explain why I need to save my abusive husband, cause I will never be in the mood for that. Renee eventually agrees to go, and as they looking around for him, they pull up to a trap house. And then her friend like, nah, let's just get out of here and call the police. This place ain't safe. But Renee's like, nah, he my husband. Nigga, you leaving him. Both of them go inside, and Renee's friend starts tripping for good reason, saying again, this ain't safe, cause this literal junkie walking around, and why we doing all this for him? Him! Then Renee says,
look, I just need to know. I just need to know what he's been up to.
no way! He had a crack house. That's an obvious sign to know what he's been up to. Renee's friend is spitting wisdom while Renee herself is spitting dumbasser. Anyways, they find Tony and he acting like his usual self ever since he died. He start begging her to come back, and Renee just staring at him for a little bit, and she just says, let's get out of here. She's seen everything she needed to see. Then why the hell y'all here? What the hell you expected to look like? To him to be the kingpin of the house? They leave, and then he chases them, and then we transition to a murder scene. And it turns out Tony's drug dealer died of an overdose, and they suspect her boyfriend of doing it. Now, they haven't even identified her body yet, so I don't know how they know she has a boyfriend. One of the cops walks outside because he keeps complaining about the stink of the body. He then sees a group of young African-American men hanging out minding their own business, and then the woman cop sees this and is like, y'all just saw these random dudes and automatically assumed they did it? You didn't even question them for yourself. You just went after them without no evidence. Like, damn. This movie's more realistic than I thought. But this one knows karate, so movie logic, I guess he did it. And that's the last we hear or see anything related to that, so what was the point? We cut to Antonio walking to Renee's house, begging some more, but Renee is really done with him this time. He tries to beat her ass again, but she's a strong, independent woman now, so the self-defense training came in clutch. She then tells him she going to church, so if he coming, he can come. He says, yes, I'll go anywhere with you, and enters the car with her, which I don't know how she comfortable with this man being in her car after he literally just tried to knock her out like he was Tyson. They enter the car together, and that's it. That's the end of the movie. That's it. Yep. But it has one of those, no, I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful as today. And this, so that automatically makes this one of the best movies I've ever watched. Now, what are my thoughts on this movie? I thought it was pretty gosh darn entertaining. Sure, it had its mishaps like having a slow first 20 minutes, but overall, I freaking loved it. And I'm never gonna judge the acting of these types of movies. I think that just comes with the Tubi package. But the writing in these movies always takes a turn in a direction that I'll never predict by the time I'm at the end of the movie. Like, well, who the hell this guy robbed? But I love movies like this. They're fun to watch, and I bet the people who are making it had fun making it too. Now, I'm not gonna fuck around and say this movie's amazing or anything, up there with the likes of Citizen Kane and Date movie. But if you're looking for something stupid, fun, and entertaining to watch, I recommend this. Cause I think this movie encapsulates what Tubi movies are. Too. You like video games? Of course they got video game ones. What do you think? There's a constantly growing library of over 8,000 different mods on here, all free. You can use my link, operagx.gg/degenerosity to download Opera GX for free today. Links are in the description and pinned comment. Thank you, Opera GX, for sponsoring this video. I've been Team Xbox all my life. Been with them since they sold my mom a new Xbox. Back then, I would play most of my games offline because it took us a minute to even get Xbox Live. By the time we got it, the Xbox One was already coming out. Because of that, I ain't really played games like Halo or Call of Duty. I know they got story modes, but to me, those weren't the main selling points. I wanted to shoot people and talk shit on Twitch. So I played games where the fun wasn't in having a Wi-Fi connection, but connecting with the story and characters. And what better way to do that than with a property you already know front to back? That's why the Naruto games were my shit. I'm pretty sure I copped every single 360 Naruto game besides Storm 2. These games were so lit. I must have played the story mode of Rise of Ninja about 11 times by now. Mainly because it was so short. It only covered up to the Gaara attacking the village. And the game is only told in Naruto's perspective, so they skip a bunch of fights and storylines. Sasuke getting the curse mark, Rock Lee versus Gaara, Ino versus Sakura. Nobody give a fuck about that, but they skipped that too. Jutsus were also annoying enough to do. You had to hold both triggers and do some quick gymnastics with the sticks, holding it down. Thing almost gave me carpal tunnel. Half the missions are following rings, delivering scrolls, and going against these little bandits. But back then, I would eat this up like a chicken Caesar salad without the salad. I love the kind of open worldness of the game, running around the Elite Village and construction. The oaks were cool and stylish, and the ramen delivery missions, now those would make me come back to the game for seconds. These parts of the game went hard, and it ain't that hard to impress kids. All this game needed was the Nine Tails transformation and safety for my attention, and it has both. I was raised. In terms of nostalgia, the game went hard, but I definitely say the Storm series was a huge improvement, and I say that not as a diss. It's hard to beat me. The Ninja Storm series is literally the best thing anime games can offer. Although I've heard a lot of hype for the Dragon Ball ones, Roblox got some cool games too. But I doubt any of them are better than Ultimate Ninja Generations or Storm 3. I doubt. I also used to play a few Xbox Connect games. Now, when I got the Connect, I genuinely thought this was future technology. Like you could control a game with no controller and just using your hands and feet at the camera? This is Back to the Future type. I thought we gonna have this technology by the Xbox 720. But here it was, right here. So then we got a few games. Connect Joyride and Connect Adventures. Joyride was so fun, connecting both my hands to the game steering. It felt like I was actually driving a real life car. Granted, I only had the demo, so. I played it. Connect Adventures, now this was my favorite Connect game. It was a bunch of outdoor activities. I think Boy Scout Bacon Fight, water rafting, wipeout, target practice, stuff you would expect. Played this all the time with my friends. My favorite one of these mini games was the aquarium one, where you had to block the cracks of glass so you don't drown. And me in real life controlling this game, you would think I'm a mime. Rafting was fun too. Parts where I have to jump because the Connect would never pick up on me jumping. Every time I tried jumping, it just wouldn't register in the game. Now I wasn't jumping too high because I was the niggas that lived with me, aka my family.
my room was upstairs. I couldn't be jumping around too much or too loud. My mom might have come in and beat my ass. So I was doing a bunch of little jumps, you know? But even when no one was around, I was jumping as high as little old me could. The Connect still wouldn't pick it up. This was a problem for all my Connect games, which is why I fell off of it quickly. I had Sonic Free Riders Connect version, and I never finished a single race on that game because it straight up wouldn't connect my body to the Xbox. It wouldn't work. I would try this multiple times, and it never worked. And the game was exclusive. You can't play this with a controller. You have to use the Connect. And since that ain't work, the game was useless. It was with this, I realized I ain't want any more Connect games. My mom was saying, oh, me asking for games all the time. I'm not gonna waste a few times she said this on getting Kung Fu Panda 2 on Connect. I needed a real game. Luckily, one day, the heavens blessed me with a 4-in-1 disc game. The Sega Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi, Space Channel 5 Part 2, Sonic Adventure, and Bass Pro Shop. Crazy Taxi was crazy. Picking up people that expect me to drive them across the entire city in 30 seconds. And if I'm 2 seconds late, they get out the car while I'm speeding doing 100 sidewalks. Like, they need to get to this spot so bad they willing to break all their bones in their body. We was just going to the gas station. Why you in a rush? But that's what made it fun. Going crazy in the car, hitting pedestrians with no consequences. Sounds like a drunk driver's dream. And little me was inspired by this. This was essentially my GTA before I knew what it was. Great game. If you don't play BD Joe in the game, I don't trust you. Sonic Adventure. I ain't gonna lie, I barely played it. I thought the game looked ugly, and I tried to get into it. I was a big fan of Sonic, which I'll get into later, but I couldn't gel with this game, bro. I hated the way the characters talked. The dialogue would sound so awkward. Their mouths were animated like they had dentures. And the music is great, but the music would be blasting over them talking, so you barely hear anything they're saying. Thank God for the subtitles.